My neighbor Julia told me this story. Several years ago, she and her boyfriend Sasha were renting an apartment. One morning, when her husband was at work, Julia woke up because it felt like someone was stroking her hair. She got out of bed, looked around, and then lay back down, deciding she must have been mistaken. Less than 10 minutes later, she felt the touch again. She became so frightened that she was afraid to move. After a couple of minutes, everything stopped. A couple of days later, when she was home alone again, something even more terrifying happened. Julia was lying on the bed, facing away from the wall, dozing off. Suddenly, she heard someone breathing behind her, and cold fingers touched her neck. Thinking it was her boyfriend returning from work, Julia sleepily asked, "Is that you, Sasha?" From behind her came the reply, "No, just don't turn around." Like she was scalded, Julia rushed out of the apartment, squeezing her eyes shut. Later, she and her husband found out that a young man had lived in the apartment before them and had hanged himself in the bedroom. A few months ago, my girlfriend, a photographer with hair dyed to the very tips, decided to spend a day and night alone in a remote forest. She wanted to gather authentic forest and wildlife photographs for her portfolio. It wasn't her first time doing this, so she wasn't afraid. Setting up her tent in the middle of a small clearing, she spent the whole day wandering through the forest with her camera in hand. In the morning, she returned to the city, pleased with herself. Despite snapping plenty of shots during her little adventure, there was something off about some of the photos. What she saw deprived her of sleep, led her to visit several psychiatrists, and added several types of pills to her diet. The shots turned out great, except for the last one. In that picture, she was asleep in her tent in the darkness of the night. In American hospitals, patients are typically given wristbands of a specific color with their name printed on them. The color of the wristband indicates the patient's condition and the nature of their illness. For instance, red wristbands are placed on deceased individuals. Once, a surgeon working the night shift completed a complex surgery and, after taking a short break, headed to the basement where, among other things, the morgue was located. He entered the elevator together with a woman. When the elevator reached the basement and the doors opened, they saw another woman waiting for the elevator. But before she could take a step, in a swift motion, the doctor forcefully closed the elevator door and pressed the button for the top floor. The woman in the elevator was surprised by such rudeness and asked what was happening. The surgeon replied, "That was the woman I just operated on. She died under anesthesia. Didn't you notice the red wristband on her wrist?" The woman smiled, raised her hand, and said, "Like this."